Okay, I was on YouTube as usual and came upon this video, which I've seen before. So I watched it again and made a comment, and he commented back, "You need to watch the video first." Like I haven't. But I was commenting that Romans 8:7-8, it's like the definition of total depravity. It is. You know, the natural man is the enemy of God. And like, well, the enemy doesn't believe. It can't believe. I mean, where would the enemy believe? Why? They're the enemy. I mean, duh. Like, it just, come on, man. And his whole video boils down to this proof text, which he says, so watch him. Watch him what he's going to do. He's going to go by English. He'll say, foolishness preaching to save them that believe. And well, you're going to do just what the Calvinist does. There's no time in here to say save first or save second. Or he believed and then he got saved. Like it's like a magic wand was waved, all of a sudden, poof, it happened then, and then the believing was in, boom. There's none of that there. You're reading the text just like the Calvinist does. I'm not a Calvinist. I don't give a darn what a Calvinist says. But you're all. I know why you're stuck on it. One of your buddies from the old church called me one day, or contacted me. I'm not going to get into it. I know what happened. So you go on your little rant here against the Calvinists. But you're doing what they do. You're reading it into the text. To save them that believe. So it's to save them that believe. So they believed, then they got saved. And you're going to say it right here.
When it comes to the conversion process, look what pleases God. It pleases God to save them that believe. Very clearly, belief is a precondition of God saving a person. That is the process of conversion that God has sovereignly chosen as that which pleases Him.
Very clear. It's just real clear. It's real clear. There's an order. You believe first, like somehow, that He doesn't say. And then, poop, the saving comes. Very clear. Well, no, sir, it's not. In Greek, you see here, the morais, that's where we get the word moron. The moronic, the teaching or preaching or words. Okay, so what that's saying there is that it's talking about how the world thinks that the gospel is foolishness. It's moronic. And so the moronic preaching for us, which is to them foolishness, is us the power of salvation. That's what he's saying. So what's moronic to them saves sodzai. Right? Here's your error. So sodzai, those believing. So you go back here. To save, they're trying to interpret it. These are Roman Catholics and Calvinists are the ones doing this, buddy. Read God's secretaries. To save them that believe. So it's there's no to or them that. It's sodzai, which is an infinitive. It's an aorist infinitive. Aorist infinitive. Now aorist. So aorist. Scholars fight over this stuff, but aorist is the word horizo, like as in prohorizo, like as in predestination. It's horizo, which means a boundary, which with an alpha privative in front of it, which negates it, which means no boundary. There's no bound on when it occurred. No bound on when it occurred. Now, there's constantive and all this other stuff, and the scholars will fight over this stuff. But it's an aorist infinitive. So it's a verbal noun. So it's this action comes upon that believing person, and that's present tense. That is that's a present participle. That is a present tense verb. So you have a saving. Saving means to sozo means to save, take from one place to another, with no bounds on it. It doesn't say when it occurred. It doesn't. You're pulling that out of your butt based on what you think it means in English. It doesn't have to and that and all that stuff. It's just saved. You could say past tense. Saved at some time, those believing. If you really translate it, that's what it'd be. Saved at some time, those believing. So you don't know what you're talking about, man. You're reading something into the text. You're doing what you accused the Calvinists of doing. It's aorist. It's horizo. It's ahorizo. Aorist. No bound. No time on it. None. You can't say. All right? But in John 1:12, it'll tell you actually in John 1:12. John 1:12 and 13. John 1:12 and 13. But as many as received him, to them he gave the power to become sons of God, even to them that believe on his name. Now, when did that occur? How did that happen? Which were, past tense, which were, those that do that were born of blood, or were born not of blood, meaning human blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. So it didn't just come from them. It was the birth. So, man, you need to correct yourself. You correct your little error here. You put a time on this. There isn't one. And you try to. But there isn't one. Okay? God can act on someone's heart, and you really don't know when it is. Yeah, it's just, you don't know. You can't say. It's not walk down the aisle one day and receive Christ. It's not like that. And Romans 8:7-8 does support total depravity. The natural man is the enemy of God. He can't please God. That's what it says. So there ain't no other verse that contradicts it. There's not. You don't understand what it's saying. You're in error, buddy. Correct it.